After facing back-to-back security threats, the Emiratis are now showcasing their military strength more aggressively at SAHA 2026. Has Iran's growing pressure pushed the UAE to prominently display its naval systems, drones, and advanced defense hardware? Following the recent strikes and rising regional anxiety, is Abu Dhabi responding by unveiling its war machines on the global stage in Istanbul? And after the reported Iranian missile barrage, is the UAE shifting toward a far more hardened wartime posture? Amid ongoing tensions with Iran, Abu Dhabi delivered a major display of military strength at the Turkish city of Istanbul. The United Arab Emirates showcased an array of defense capabilities during the SAHA Defense Exhibition hosted in Istanbul. Several of the Gulf nations' leading aerospace and defense companies unveiled advanced technologies and next-generation military systems at the event. A wide range of armored vehicles, weapons platforms, and combat systems were prominently displayed inside the UAE pavilion at the exhibition. FPV drones, battle tanks, mine detection technologies, and sophisticated naval defense equipment were among the systems presented by Abu Dhabi. The UAE's military showcase inside a key NATO member state comes amid escalating tensions and Iranian threats directed toward the Gulf nation. Amid a fresh spike in tensions, a hardline Iranian official revealed what he described as Iran's future strategy in the unfolding conflict. Mahdi Mohammadi, an advisor to Iranian Parliament Speaker Ghalibaf, also issued a warning directed at the United Arab Emirates. Mohammadi said Iran-UAE ties will not return to pre-war status, according to Iran International, suggesting that the damage to relations may be long-lasting. The claim came after Iran allegedly fired missiles and drones at the UAE amid renewed tension in the region. The alleged Iranian attack came after the US tried to break Iran's Hormuz blockade, escalating the confrontation further. However, just a day after launching Project Freedom, Trump halted the Hormuz mission, raising doubts about the American response. Mohammadi also said that time was the most effective weapon in the current conflict, framing delay and endurance as part of Iran's broader strategy. Mahdi Mohammadi argued that disrupting the enemy's timetable was a key objective, implying that slowing down opponents could matter as much as military force. Mahdi Mohammadi's comments were reported by Iran International on May 5, bringing the remarks into wider public view. Mahdi Mohammadi, advisor, Speaker of Iran's parliament, said, quote, "The most effective weapon in the current war is time. Taking the war out of the enemy's timing is the strongest weapon that must be employed. What you're seeing is Trump being thrown off balance because the scheduled time for the war for him is nearing its end. In the limited window ahead, the initiative lies with Iran, and the enemy's cards are on the wane." Unquote. Meanwhile, attention remains focused on Iran's attacks on Fujairah in the UAE and on multiple cargo ships, as regional tensions continue to build. The UAE president said the Israeli prime minister was among the leaders who called him to condemn Iran's attacks, showing how widely the incident has reverberated diplomatically. The UAE recently exited the oil cartel OPEC in order to increase its oil output and ease pressure on prices, marking a major shift in its energy strategy. Iran has firmly denied any involvement in the reported missile and drone attacks targeting the United Arab Emirates on May 4. An Iranian military official stated that Tehran did not strike the UAE or its oil tanker operating near the Fujairah port. Instead, the official alleged that the incident was part of a false flag operation carried out by US forces in the region. The attack reportedly caused a major fire at a UAE energy facility and left 3 Indian nationals injured. Iranian sources claimed that the United States was responsible for the incident, according to reports carried by IRIB. The official also asserted that there was no pre-planned Iranian operation targeting UAE oil infrastructure. Tehran further alleged that US actions and what it termed adventurism led to the large-scale blaze in the Fujairah oil zone. However, the UAE rejected these claims and directly accused Iran of conducting the aerial strikes. According to the UAE Ministry of Defense, multiple projectiles, including ballistic missiles, cruise missiles, and drones, were launched from Iranian territory. Abu Dhabi also provided an updated account of injuries sustained since the beginning of the US-Israel conflict involving Iran. The SAHA exhibition also drew major attention after Turkey unveiled its newest ballistic missile system during the high-profile defense showcase. Turkey's Roketsan has unveiled the Tayfun Block 4 ballistic missile at SAHA 2026 in Istanbul, marking a significant moment in the public presentation of Ankara's growing indigenous missile capabilities. It was the first time the missile was shown publicly, displayed mounted on its 8x8 wheeled launcher, giving observers a clearer look at how the system is intended to operate in the field. The Tayfun family is widely seen as Turkey's most ambitious homegrown ballistic missile program, reflecting the country's determination to build a more advanced and self-reliant strike capability. Turkey's Tayfun Block 4 ballistic missile is reported to measure approximately 10 meters in length, making it a large and imposing addition to Ankara's growing missile arsenal. The missile is also said to weigh around 7.2 tons, underlining both its heavy strike profile and the scale of the platform Turkey is now showcasing. Reports further indicate that the Tayfun Block 4 can achieve speeds exceeding Mach 5, placing it in a high-speed category that would make interception far more challenging in a conflict scenario. The 8x8 wheeled launcher configuration was also visible at SAHA 2026, further highlighting the missile's road-mobile design and the emphasis on operational flexibility. Such road-mobile missile systems are generally considered more survivable than silo-based or fixed-position launch platforms, because they are harder to locate, track, and destroy in a conflict. Roketsan had earlier described the Block 4 as the largest and most powerful variant in the Tayfun family, underscoring the scale of Turkey's latest step in missile development. Turkey has been making notable progress in its missile capabilities amid persistent regional tensions, and the Tayfun Block 4 appears to symbolize that broader strategic momentum. Speculation about a possible Turkey-Israel war has intensified as the wider Middle East conflict sharpens old hostilities and pushes both sides into a more openly confrontational posture. Tension surged further after Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan likened Benjamin Netanyahu to a modern-day Hitler, adding to the already toxic war of words between Ankara and Tel Aviv. A British daily also falsely quoted Erdogan as threatening to invade Israel, but that report was later taken down after questions were raised over the authenticity of the remarks. Not just Erdogan, voices from Israel have also turned increasingly anti-Turkey, showing that the rhetoric is hardening on both sides rather than flowing in only one direction. Former Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett described Erdogan as a sophisticated and dangerous adversary, warning that Turkey is emerging as a serious long-term challenge for Israel. Turkey and Israel now appear to be moving beyond petty disputes and are increasingly viewing each other as strategic rivals with competing regional ambitions.